All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. So we're going to take a look outside of the window of our weather sphere to show you that we are looking at a little bit more of the low clouds and fog. Today's the day where the cooling trend officially begins. I want to show you that we are looking at that increased sea breeze. So not only are we looking at a little bit more of that onshore push, but it starts to get just a little bit stronger as we head into the afternoon. So this is what's going to help cool things down, drop temperatures down, and then also keep some of the clouds kind of hanging around a little bit longer today as we head into the afternoon. All right, so let's talk about what we are dealing with. We're going to show you our weather headlines, and we are looking at not only cooler weather today, but it's going to last with us for at least the next few days. And that's because that high pressure system that we're dealing with here in Southern California is going to start to weaken. It's been with us for the last week here, and then it's going to start to move through the region and move off to the east. We're also looking at, as I mentioned, more of that sea breeze pushing on in, and then we're gearing up for more of the mugginess. That monsoonal moisture should be arriving as we head toward the end of the week, Thursday and Friday. So not only are temperatures, it will look like it's cooling down, but with that monsoonal moisture, it's going to feel even hotter than what the thermometer is reading. All right, so let's just get to our forecast this morning, because we have a lot more of that marine clouds sitting right over most areas this morning. So this is what we're dealing with. You can see that the clouds have pushed in from our coastal communities all the way to a lot of our inland communities, and it has reached some of our San Fernando Valley communities as well. So that includes the Woodland Hills area and also Simi Valley, but it didn't quite make its way into Santa Clarita. So Santa Clarita is still under some cloudless skies this morning, but you can see it's all the way into our downtown LA region, and then it's up into our foothill community. So the foothills are also waking up to more of that no sky July. Yorba Linda, Anaheim also under a lot of the clouds, just like yesterday, really similar. And then you can see the clouds have banked up against the Santa Ana Mountains all over again. So once the clouds gradually start to clear, we will continue to see a little bit more of we're going to see a little bit more of the temperatures cool down a little bit more as well. So here is a look at what we're dealing with as we head into the rest of the afternoon. I just want to put it in motion and show you our different highs. So we're looking at Lake Elsinore topping out at about 91 degrees, and then we have these high 80s in the Ontario region, 80 degrees for Yorba Linda, and then we have 80 degrees for Anaheim. So it's still pretty warm, still nice and comfortable, just not quite as hot as what we saw over the last few days here in Southern California. Temperatures right along the coast. Unfortunately, some of the beaches may struggle to clear just because of that onshore push, that sea breeze. So we will probably see mostly cloudy skies for a lot of our beaches. And then we're also looking at possibly a little bit more of the cloudy conditions, especially for some of our inland basins like downtown LA. We could continue to see partly to mostly cloudy skies. Woodland Hills also expected to see a little bit more of the clouds as well. And you can see that Woodland Hills today getting out of the 90s. So no longer in the 90s and into the 80s as we head into the afternoon. All right. Let's put up the track box so we could see our 7-day forecast. So we are looking at temperatures roughly staying below average, upper 70s as we head into the rest of the week. Thursday and Friday, again, this is where we're going to see more of that humidity pushing in. So it may look like it's cooler, but it's going to feel a lot more muggier. It's going to feel hotter because of a system coming in from Baja California. And then the good news is that a lot of that air begins to decrease. So more of the dry air that we like so much starts to slowly sneak back in. So the weekend will be a little bit warmer, and it's going to feel a little bit better than Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday, we could see some isolated thunderstorms also because of that monsoonal moisture, especially over the mountains and maybe some of our high desert communities. Valleys, you will get out of the 80s, and then by the end of the week, climb up into the low 90s again as we head into the weekend. And then for the Inland Empire, low 90s the next few days. And then by the time we head into the weekend, mid 90s. All right, back to you.
All right.